In my own life, as I reflect on my own experience of kind of the existential feeling of loneliness, I really have to say that there's a clear difference between being alone and feeling lonely. They are not the same thing. And as I look back and reflect on my own life, particularly in my life before I entered the Dominicans, when I was a professional musician and I was touring with rock bands on tour buses and stuff like that. Many times in my life when I felt the most lonely was actually when I was around a lot of people. Times in my life when I experienced the most loneliness were times in my life when I actually wasn't alone. And that really causes me to question and reflect on the real meaning of loneliness and where does human loneliness come from? I think human loneliness comes from the fact that we are not just physically alone, but we're living a life in isolation from other people, or we're living a life that is merely our own, and we're not living a life in common with other people and living for a greater end and a greater goal. And in religious life, particularly Dominican life, where we have a very strong sense of the common life, I'm not just living for myself, or I'm not just living for my own ends, but I'm really living a common life which is greater than just the sum total of the individuals around me. But we're living for a goal, and together as brothers, we are striving for that ultimate goal of preaching and proclaiming and propagating the gospel of Jesus Christ. And living that common life is a remarkable antidote to the feeling of loneliness.